All right, Jamie Oliver's culinary talents are undisputed and, of course, very well documented, including 50 million cookbooks sold worldwide. Just incredible. He's got a new cookbook out. It's called Simply Jamie, but he's also keeping himself very busy as a children's book author. What started as a bedtime story between himself and his 5 children spun into a delightful book for everyone to read. That was Billy and the Giant Adventure, and now he's on to book 2 of that series. This one is Billy and the Epic Escape. Jamie Oliver is joining us from the UK to talk about both books. Good morning, good afternoon to you there in London.
Wow, I'm lucky. I get to speak about 2 books. Everyone in Canada is going to think that I'm very greedy.
Yeah, you do. Welcome back to the show. It is so great to chat with you. And let's start with the new children's book, Billy and the Epic Escape. And Jamie, last time you were here on Your Morning, you described the debut, the first book in the series, as Goonies meets Stranger Things, but set in the UK. I love that so much.
Yeah.
What is Billy up to this time?
Well, in this book, things start to get wild, and they start to discover more of the world that they found. So to kind of get people up to speed, there is the world of the 1980s in the British countryside, very much like part of my childhood. And then they find this access, I won't say how, to another world, where there's this whole sort of sewing up of the world. There are some human characters there, and they've kind of escaped there from the past. One of the little characters in the book is dyslexic and struggles to read and write, and that kind of and that's in the real world, but it also translates to characters in the kind of magical world. So, you know, really what I wanted to do was create a world that would make kids have fantasy. And look, at the moment, my 8-year-old is going to bed. He's a nightmare getting to bed, and I'm playing the audiobook. And he falls asleep after a couple of chapters, and he's like, Dad, I'm at chapter 14 tonight. But for me, I just love the fact he's going to sleep with it.
Well, it's amazing, because your creativity and your imagination, we've seen it come through in your cooking for so many years, and now seeing it manifest in these books is incredible. You mentioned briefly the audiobook, and I know that you recorded it with your wife, Jules, and a couple of your kids helping you out at all. So what was that recording process like, Jamie?
Well, first of all, because I'm dyslexic, reading is really tough for me. It's hard work. So to lock myself in essentially a small dungeon for 2 days, and it's normally, you know, professionals would do it in half a day. So it takes me 2 days, 3 times longer, to rattle out this audiobook. But what's interesting about making mistakes reading is you get to do it again and again. And it means that you can perfect sort of the tonality of the characters, and I play about 8 characters, so I have to like throw my voice and do little accents, male and female voices. I got Jules in to play the mother troll, which was very appropriate. But I got my 2 sons to play the kids in the book, and River, my youngest, was spectacular. But also I was lucky enough to get you know, some really good up-and-coming actors and musicians to play parts. Famous Hollywood actors like, you know, Mark Strong and Jason Fleming and Dexter Fletcher. So I've been very, very lucky to be able to kind of... Look, the reason I tried extra hard on the audiobook was because as a dyslexic kid who I've only read, truthfully, 2 narrative books in my life. Right, and it's not because I'm lazy, it's not because I don't try, it's because I fall asleep, and the words just do weird things. So even though, and even for my cookbooks, like I've always written them on a dictaphone, not by typing or writing. So, you know, for me, the audiobook wasn't just an audiobook, plug and play. It was like, no, I want sound effects. I want to throw things and hear it come from behind and go over there. And we were inventing sound effects and writing compositions and music to go with it. So I just wanted it to be a really beautiful thing.
We're almost out of time, Jamie, but I do want to ask you about the new cookbook as well. Simply Jamie, I mean, you're the ultimate multitasker, putting this out as well. You say it's about bringing joy back to the kitchen. So I want to ask you, just to wrap it up, after 25 years in the biz, what still brings you joy when it comes to cooking and being in the kitchen?
Listen, I think, you know, at a time where we're seeing people cook less than ever, you know, my job is to listen and respond to that. And Simply really is what it says on the book. It's about breaking things down, stripping them down to its bare essentials, just like the Naked Chef back in the day. Principal recipes that have kind of lots of recipes that come off of it. So you learn one thing and you learn lots. Hacks, shortcuts, tips, brilliant ways to do quick midweek meals, weekend wins. And there's even a chapter called Cupboard Love, which is kind of giving you solutions for meals when you think you've got nothing in the fridge, but in the cupboard, you can knock it out. And even trusty tray bakes, which people have gone wild for.
Thank you so much. Now, as a reminder, as well as picking up both of Jamie's cookbook, or new books rather, you can also watch Jamie Fast and Simple Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on CTV Life Channel. Jamie Oliver, such an honor to chat with you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Take care.
If you liked that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.